Hello everyone, so here is a review of the PM session on Nasdaq. So at 1:30 PM the market has opened and we calculate the opening range between 1:30 to 2 PM. And today's session didn't go exactly like I planned. It was a bit of a difficult session to trade. This was also anticipated due to the being the first day after holiday. And notice how we have the PM range with the quadrants. And here today I was anticipating the price will come to this level over here at 17.665. And the reason for that was because first of all we had this fair value, this new day opening gap over here from Tuesday. So if I go on the 1 minute chart, Tuesday 8/4, a bit this one over here, so the price where price has closed and opened, and then that's the one I was anticipating because we were just below it. And notice how we also left relative equal lows. So even if I expect a bullish week into the next week, because the seasonal tendency are also showing us a bullish week, I would have liked to see this new day opening gap being tapped into. Also because if we look on the daily, we have a daily order block. So either price is really bullish and it didn't have to come down and touch this order block, or we're going to see it touch later in the week. So notice how we have a synchronization between the new day opening gap of Tuesday 665 and the daily order block. So I wanted to see that being tapped too, but it didn't give it to us. And there were some trade setups that we could have taken. I was personally shorting into this, trying to get it, but it didn't work for me. I first had a loss and then I have mitigated the loss once I saw this bearish breaker, so high, low, higher, high, and I enter short around here. I'm going to show my execution afterwards. And then I was aiming for a first objective here, a partial here, and then one here. And I was dragging down my stop loss, so if it stops me, it will stop me in profit. So notice how when we were here, we started consolidating, and it didn't take this low. Usually this is supposed to happen, to come below this low because it's a bearish breaker, and then maybe come here, find resistance, and then come down over here. But it didn't give us today. And this is another reason why it's not so good to trade the first day after a holiday. But nonetheless, so I took some loss here, and then I entered short here. I mitigated my loss, even though it stopped me in profit. And then we had the rejection. And notice how the rejection happened at 2:50. So 2:50 p.m. price came down. And then we had this fair value gap. Then we came down, and this acted like as an inversion fair value gap. And here we had the 1 hour consequent encroachment of 8:04 April, 1 p.m. So notice this price 17.1716. So if we look on the 1 hour, will be this one over here, to the midpoint of that. And I was expecting this would add as a rejection and then drive us into the daily order block. But that was not the case. Notice how price looked like it was rejecting over here, and then boom, this candle comes out of nowhere and it starts invalidating our short. Like first we had this bearish breaker, the last down close candle, so high, low, higher, high, and then price just goes above it, doesn't even give us an entry, long here, and then we had this busy from 1416, and price seems to find some support here. Here is also like a bearish, bullish breaker, so low, high, lower, low, price comes here, also in this bullish breaker, and then makes like an inversion. Here comes up, and then 1508, so we're still in the macro. Price respects the opening price, and then it goes higher. And a really nice trade was over here at 1530 when we expected the reversal. Notice how we have this bullish breaker, so over here, mean threshold, and also the first fair value gap, we extend that to the right. So over here, and see how price respects it, and then goes higher. And here we had the bullish, the market maker buy model. So we have swing high over here, over here, over here. So we see to the left of the curve, over here, over here, over here, over here. It didn't deliver to this one, but it delivered here. And here is also like, if we look on the 15 minutes, we see this, I can take this out. We can see this fair value gaps. So here is the 15 minute, and this was the swing high. So this was the 1550 macro. So here price came, took the style stops, found some support in this inversion fair value gap over here, comes down to it. That also matches perfectly the tail consequent encroachment. It goes one tick below it so it can execute the order. And then it comes up and takes this liquidity over here. We see on a 15 minutes and over here. And then price meanders around. So the set macro was quite nice, and the 1530 macro. I would have liked to see price, like if price came here and then it showed us like a 22 bullish model, then I would have gone all the way long because it matched the seasonal tendency. But it left this in place. So this can mean that either price is really bullish and go up, but I would have personally liked that it comes and finds support of the daily order block and then goes higher. And these were my executions. So see AMP live. Execution, I took a bit more execution than I wanted. So here I was in a loss, trying to get here. Here I took some, here I had quite a nice run, but I was holding for this level and the daily order block. It didn't give it to me, so it came back and stopped me in profit. And then I was able to take some longs over here, anticipating for this 15 minutes, swing high, and then for these swings high. And they ended in a profit. But yeah, I'm most happy about this trade. I think this was executed correctly. Here I took maybe a bit too many trades. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't pan out like you want to, so you have to have your stop loss in place and be flexible with your ideas, especially considering the environment today. So hope you found this interesting, and looking forward to talk to you to the next one.